When fear creeps in, here we go again. Minds racing, heart pounding, restlessness creeping in and settling deep. If you've ever experienced anxiety, you know exactly what that feels like. I remember vividly when it first entered my life. At the time of this writing, it's been 15 years. I had just found out I was going to be a dad for the first time. Lying in bed, wide-eyed, I realized life as I knew it was about to change forever. And in that moment, a wave of unfamiliar fear washed over me. I was genuinely excited to become a father. And yet, the fear of the unknown, of not knowing what to expect, was overwhelming. Fight or freeze didn't win. I had to move. For me, flight is the usual response. When anxiety grips me, sitting still and waiting it out feels impossible. Looking back, I realize I wasn't running because the future was bleak. I was running because the future was out of my control. And that felt like too much to handle. You might be thinking, bro, people have kids all the time, what's the big deal? And that's fair. But here's the thing, anxiety is personal. The triggers may vary, but at the core, it's usually the same story: we're losing our grip on control. That's why Jesus' words in Matthew 6 are both beautifully simple and brutally hard to live out. It's comforting to know that even 2,000 years ago, anxiety was a common struggle. Long before smartphones, 24/7 news, and media saturation, people still wrestled with fear and worry. In that crowd were men, just like you and me, with duties, pressures, and people counting on them. And Jesus met them exactly where they were. His word is timeless, and its truth still lands right where we need it today. As I reflect on Matthew 6, I hear Jesus calling us away from anxiety's default posture, fearing the future. We often believe that by worrying, we can somehow control what's ahead. But Jesus invites us to admit that we can't control the future through fear or any other means. Instead, he calls us to trust that, by faith, we'll be able to handle whatever comes. And when we embrace that kind of faith, we're freed from worry and able to be fully present in the now. So maybe, as you begin this devotional, fear has crept into your life. If so, I want to say this clearly: I'm sorry. I know how heavy that can feel. But don't miss this, those emotions aren't wasted. God doesn't give us feelings without purpose. When we direct them toward seeking Him and trusting His plan, they can become tools for growth rather than weights of burden. That's exactly what we'll keep exploring together: how to trade fear for faith, and anxiety for alignment with His peace. Reflection questions. What specific fear has been dominating your thoughts lately? Where are you trying to control what only God can?